DJ Van SPIRE, interview 19 of the 3rd, 2026. DJ Van SPIRE, how do you feel about entertaining this year?
Um, I'm really excited. I think it would be an understatement to say I wasn't. Um, we've got some absolutely brilliant tracks we're going to knock out this year on the DJ sets. We have a total of seven new tracks which are officially mine. And we're going to be playing the usual things like of Sandstorm, um, House of Techno, all those different kind of tracks that I really enjoy playing to the general public. It's a bit different this year because the set this year in a social environment. Sorry, pardon me. Um, is a lot bigger than last year or the year before. About two year ago when I started doing the DJ sets and things like that. It's hard to think, and when I tell people this, they don't believe us. But I actually started with just a normal Bluetooth speaker from a company called Auto Busker, which creates the auto speakers. And I actually started with one of them, and things like that. So it's a very different experience. Everybody knows this. Everybody thinks it's easy to go out there and set up your DJ equipment and just start rocking up and playing music every weekend, which in my eyes, it's not there at all. Everybody thinks they can go into a studio with about £20 and get 16 hours in a music studio. That's not how it works either. And things, a lot of people always comes to us for advice on how to get over, if you can call it, the fear and wave side of things. And I always say it to people, just pretend that the public are not there. Pretend you're in your room and you're doing it just by yourself. And you're making your tracks, you're dancing away to the tracks that you've made, because it is a really good feeling when you've produced one of your own tracks and you can upload it to a site like Spotify, YouTube, YouTube Music, iCloud, um, all these different iTunes, all these different kinds of things, and I find that really fun to be able to do that, go out in public and perform as a DJ, if you can call us DJs. Um, it's always been something I've always wanted to do, especially in the entertainment world, and it's a very hard thing to get into. Um, you know, it's a very hard thing to get into because everybody wants a hit at the action, if you can call it that. Everybody wants a hit at the action, and I think it's hard to get into the industry because there's boundaries you've got to take. Because they're not just, unfortunately, in our days, they don't let just anybody into the industry anymore. It's not like that anymore. It's very complex. Um, I mean, to be quite frankly, if I'm right in saying this, all you really need to do is make a YouTube channel these days, get a few followers, and technically you are famous because, in a sense, people from all over the world could be listening to your content or watching your content, your videos, and or listening to your tracks and things. So I think it's very different um to the way, yes, to the way people are doing it.
And how do you feel about um performing this year? And you did say that the sets were getting much more bigger. How do you mean?
Yes, that's right. To put it easier, um, the sets are getting bigger because, if you can call it, the professionalism's trying to get there as well. We're carrying a lot more equipment these days. Like I said a couple of minutes ago, I started out small, just like everybody else does. And then you work your way up to the magic, and then you work your way up to the bigger, more accessible bits of DJ equipment as you can. You can't just go out and spend £400 to £500 on a Pioneer DJ controller and expect everything to work and flow right. That's not how it works, unfortunately. And it's a different thing to go out there and do it. I've got a really good friend called Anthony, and we've become really good friends now, really good mates. And he's a fellow busker. As I was back in the day, I used to go out and I used to sing on the streets with a microphone and backing track and all that different kind of stuff. But then I gave it up to become hopefully a good DJ, if you can call us that, and things and realistically, that was all I wanted to do. I wanted to become a DJ that could take people's ideas and turn them into a full-fledged track or a full-fledged song, and things. So it's very different. Mhm. The reason why I haven't done any official music videos to any of the tracks I've produced yet, is because it's not that I don't want to. I do. It's just trying to find the right location for the type of song you're trying to build the video around. I mean, in my eyes, you wouldn't make an official music video outside of a stadium when the song's got nothing to do with the stadium. It's got something to do with being behind a DJ booth or something like that. So you kind of create a montage video over them, that kind of feel of the track, whatever the track's going, and things like that. It's a very different thing to come out with these tracks, because if you don't come out with these tracks, somebody's going to have the near enough the same mindset as you at that same time and come up with near enough the same thing, and things like that. I do think new tracks need to be created in the music scene, because we're all, as DJs, entertainers, we're all copying each other's stuff. We're all playing everybody else's stuff that people have heard millions of times, like Sandstorm, Faithless, Insomnia. We're all playing and remixing these different tracks, but it's because we remix them that's when it sounds more fresh and new, that you've just come up with something really good, and things like that. And it's much easier to copy somebody than coming up with your own ideas, which that's not what I like to do. If I've got an idea, I like to take it to the extreme and try and get it onto the path or the road straight away. In a sense, metaphorically speaking. So if I've got an idea, I'm not going to wait to try and get the idea across, because someone could have it and steal it from you. It's basically like this formula of once you have an idea of a track or a certain type of album, you basically put it down onto a white canvas. It's basically like a painting. You start with a white canvas, and then you put all these bits in, and then the canvas hopefully becomes something really special, and you've got that. And I think it's very easy to go overboard with tracks now, and things like that. And as I've just said again, about getting into the music industry. Technically, you don't have to get into the music industry. If you want to go big and viral, all you got to do these days is pick up a smartphone or anything with a camera and an SD card and film something. And if it's that good, people will click on the video because they'll be interested in what you're doing. And hopefully you'll get a couple of, if it's on YouTube or Spotify, you'll maybe get a few followers or a few subscribers or a few likes and downloads and things like that. So it's a much different experience to, I like to do things a lot differently.
And apparently you have a show hopefully this weekend, am I right?
Yeah. So we've got hopefully a DJ set coming up this weekend. Hopefully, weather permitting. It's always weather permitting when you're doing outside events because obviously, unfortunately, we don't live in this world like The Simpsons with a massive dome over us, a massive glass dome where rain is shield and stuff like that. But basically, yeah, every single idea or every single event we're going to be doing these days, sorry, is fresh. It's new, but majority of the things we're going to be doing are going to be um, outdoors, which is what everybody's going to be doing this year. It's absolutely brilliant. There's got a lot of artists that are going to be going back out on tour this year, and it's crazy. Um, so yeah, a lot of people. It's quite funny to be honest because a few people come up to us a few days ago, and I absolutely love for the DJ thing. I absolutely love getting noticed in public. It's absolutely brilliant. And I was standing with my friend Anth, who, like I say, is a busker, and this woman came over and she was like, "Oh, hello, it's you," and all that kind of stuff. And she she shook my hand, and in the back of my head, I was thinking, "Who are you?" I don't know who you are, but I found out she was actually a woman who works in one of the restaurants where I used to DJ on the roof terrace. This was about this was about 2 to 3 years ago. Sorry, and it was absolutely brilliant to catch up again. It was brilliant. And things like that. I'm really enjoying it at the moment, and I think this is probably going to be the best year for me, to be honest, because I have put a few things out on social media that this might be the last DJ set for summer of this year. Next year, I'm thinking about taking a few summer holidays off because it's been about 3 years, and I've been doing this for about 3 years, and it's I never like the word boring because it's never boring. You're always meeting people. You're on the road. You're always doing things. Time flies, but it's because the time flies. It feels like I haven't got any time to do anything myself, or with myself. So there's a few things I'd like to do in the time that I have off and away from the if you can call it the spotlight, definitely. And yeah, it's just one of them things, it's one of them. It's one of them things where you think to yourself, "Oh, I'm going to do this forever. I'm going to do this, and this." But when you're actually doing it and you've done it for so long, you think, "Wow, I've been doing this for how many years, and when's it gonna end?" And things like that, and it makes us sound very vigilant, and it makes us sound very volatile. Of I don't want to do this anymore. It's not that I don't want to do this anymore. I want this. If I had my own way, the residency I've got at the moment, I'd be doing it every bloody night. But the problem is, it's trying to get your mindset around different things because not many people get these big golden opportunities. I suppose you'd say we are the special ones who know what we're doing, hopefully. And we are the golden ones because we are the entertainers and we provide people with entertainment. And I'm so happy to be in that kind of circumstance at the moment. Like I say, I think this year is going to be the best year. And and I am uh, and I am going to enjoy it, definitely.
What about transportation? How does that work? Because you've clearly got to have like a big truck or a big van to people carrier to be able to get around all these venues and do all these different things. How does it feel?
Um, it's very it's not actually hard to answer that. It's um very um it's very easy to do things. But if you don't know what you're doing, it can get very hard. Especially when it comes to transport. which this year is probably the hardest for transport, but I don't know.
Can I just say thank you very much for the interview, DJ Von Spire. I really appreciate it. And yeah, good luck on the summer tour this year. When's it starting officially?
It starts in summer, so we'll probably be starting around August. August the 11th, I think, or maybe the 12th or the 14th. I'm not quite sure. Me and my manager hasn't really put aside some dates yet of when it's actually going to happen. I keep posting little smimages online and all that stuff, but I think a lot of people is getting the information through straight away. So yeah, hopefully it's very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And good luck for the tour this year. Really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.